What is up, YouTube? It is Saturday night. I think I'm a little crooked here. I never quite have that centered right. I'm Laura, and you're watching Atomic News TV. And you guys, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to live stream last night. Irresponsible. Irresponsible. Atomic News. I let you guys down last night. I am sorry. It's been a rough week for me. It really has. The back of my head has been hurting, like that nerve issue that I have back there. It was fall break this week, and kids were like all at work, driving me insane. I've been really crabby this week. I've been like a biatch, let's just say. So I let you guys down last night, and I am sorry for that. But I'm here now, and hopefully we'll have some more people joining us. Hey, everybody. Hey, Dave. How's it going? Hi, Outlaw. Lily, how's it going? Hey, Eldon. So I want to show you guys something real quick. Look what Mr. Atomic bought me. He bought me a new ring. Look at it. Look at it sparkle. You see me all wiggly like a little puppy here. Yeah, so he upgraded me. So I love him for that. I think it's beautiful. And so that kind of cheered me up this week to finally get that back from the jewelers. Hey, Benny, how's it going? Benny says, I hate that you're under the weather. Thank you. And then, wait, hold on. Dave says, now you definitely have to let him get this truck. Right? So you remember that. You've been watching. You guys, on the way home today, let me ask you guys a question. All right, because he had to pick me up from work because my car is still, he's still working on my car right now. And on the way home from work tonight, I shit you not, somebody has already put up their Christmas lights. Okay, since I've been super crabby this week and a biatch, I need you guys to tell me if I'm overreacting. Is that ridiculous? Okay, is it ridiculous to have somebody have their Christmas lights up before Halloween has even hit? Like, am I a Scrooge? Am I a bah humbug? Okay, if you think it's acceptable to have your Christmas lights up in October, type 1 into the comment box. I want to know. If you think, no, it's crazy, they shouldn't have it up until at least Thanksgiving time, put 2. Okay, type 2. I'm just curious. I want to know if it's me or if this is a general consensus. All right, you guys, I do need to tell you 2 things. First thing, thank you, Colette, for your donation to my channel through PayPal. You and I had emailed a few times this past week, and yeah, I've been kind of crabby, so I apologize if I was kind of crabby. But Colette was still showing me the love and sent me a donation to my channel, so thank you so much, Colette. I appreciate that, and I just wanted to make a personal shout out to you and tell you thank you for that. And I'm sorry to everybody that I've been crabby to this week. So, you guys, if you want to make a donation to my channel, you can. It's that super chat button where you guys are typing that dollar symbol. You can put in, as little as $1 in there. You can put in a comment, a question, anything, and it pops it up to me super bright and I can see it. Don't feel obligated though. I still want you here regardless of whether or not you donate to my channel. So I want to make that known. Something very, very important, you guys, my good friend, Let's Be Frank. If you are subscribed to Let's Be Frank, stay subscribed. But he is unable to do live streams from his main channel right now. At least last that I heard last night, I don't know if anything's changed since then. He did receive a copyright strike on his channel, which you guys know we're targeted, okay? I've been targeted. My channel was shut down for a whole day back in spring, but he received a copyright strike on his channel for a video that was months ago, okay? The whole video is just Frank, okay? So imagine you're watching Frank and it's a live stream, just like you're watching right now, but it's just the channel creator. What can you copyright on yourself? There's no video, okay? So he didn't like pick up his phone and like show you a video or anything. He didn't play a video in a little box up in the corner. He didn't even have any audio, okay? It's just Frank. So he's appealing it. But in the meantime, he's not allowed to live stream for 90 days unless it's been recently updated. That could have happened today. Hopefully it got reversed. So if you are a Let's Be Frank fan, make sure you subscribe to his backup channel because his live streams are going through his backup channel right now. Freedom News Network. Oh, guys. Can you believe that? And I think it was NBC that gave him the copyright strike. I was like, how can NBC copyright strike a person? Nice job, YouTube. Good job. They probably meant to copyright strike another video, but they screwed it up. Okay, regardless, thoroughly targeted, and I know how that feels as a channel owner. I was unfairly targeted in spring, and people like me, Frank, American Douglas, all of us patriots out there that have a YouTube channel, we are targeted. It's a real thing. It's not made up in our head. Okay, it's not fake news. It's real. And hopefully something will become of this where we can fight back because we are being censored. I've been censored since spring. Ever since they shut down my channel in spring for that day, they gave it back to me. But ever since, oh, the things that happen on my channel. Like you guys don't see the back end and don't see what I see, but yeah, YouTube. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's talk about California. I did my last live stream that I did. We talked about the rolling blackouts in California and how it's not a new thing. Okay. I know somebody in that live stream thought it was like kind of the precursor to martial law, but I disagree. Rolling blackouts are something that has been happening in Southern California, well, all of California actually, for decades. Okay. I can remember rolling blackouts when I lived there. Okay. And I've lived not in California for almost 15 years. So we're talking, this has been going on for a long time. The Santa Ana winds, they come in during the fall, they blow shit around. They cause, it causes fires. The electrical wires will arc. It does spark, and then the winds send off that spark somewhere else. It ignites. And then because that wind is gushing around, sparks travel through the air. And you can see videos of this, and then they fall somewhere else and they ignite a new fire. It happens. California is burning right now. Again, it's nothing new. It happens every year like clockwork in the fall. If you live in California, you're going to burn. Okay. It's like people who are surprised by it. It's like going to California and expecting there to not be earthquakes. It doesn't exist. Okay. Earthquakes are going to happen. Fires are going to happen. It's been happening for centuries, just more so, now, than centuries ago, because it's more populated now, more electrical, more people, more all that. So anyway, there are problems in California though right now. It's kind of chaos. Benny says, I've been watching a YouTube video of helicopters fight the wildfires in Saddle Ridge. Yes. I'm going to upload a video later on tonight from Jen from AZ Patriots. She was just in California. All right. She goes to concerts and she does like interviews and like photos and things like that of different bands. So she was in California, and she was like detoured basically, or held up for almost 7 hours because of that fire, the Saddle Ridge fire. Okay. So she has some beautiful photos. Like, I love her camera. I gotta ask her what kind of camera she has, but she took the most beautiful photos of southern, basically of the mountains, and you could see off in the distance some of the smoke. But the fires are getting out of hand again. Nothing new, nothing surprising. It's it's always scary if you're resident and you live there. But right now, this week, we had a problem in California, looting, gas lines, and 24 hours of being blacked out in rural, I can never say that word, rural California. Whoever thought up the word rural, I hate you. Okay, because I don't know anybody who can say that word with ease. There are 57 people in here and 24 likes. You guys make sure you hit that like button while you're in here. Okay, yes. So Humboldt County was the only county to lose all power. Okay, so all power. Okay, 100%, the entire county of Humboldt. As part of PG&E's blackout. The mayhem broke out before the lights were cut, okay? So let me make this bigger here. In Eureka, California, searches for batteries turned into shoving matches, okay? So everybody in California, it's like when it rains here in Arizona, people see a couple drops and they're like, oh my God, I can't drive my car, okay? And people drive like a-holes, right? It's kind of like this in California. You have blackouts, you have fires, and people act like a-holes, all right? So apparently people were rushing to supermarkets with their flashlights and started ransacking and looting stores in panic. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. First of all, we're adults here. Let's act like adults. Second of all, it's not the end of the world. Okay. It's not martial law. It happens every year. This happens every year. Yet these people, like Black Friday, were shoving matches and knocking people down, trying to get supplies, okay? Trying to get batteries. And the gas lines, apparently, people to fill up their, their cars with gas or get gas for, generators or whatever, were around the block. And power generators sold out as soon as they arrived, apparently. Like you think it was the apocalypse. You think it was the end of the world. And this is ridiculous behavior. This is how entitled we are these days. This is how spoiled we are these days. To lose your power for 24 hours, really? Okay, I'm sure it would piss people off. It would piss me off too. But am I going to go loot the corner grocery store? No. I mean, these people are acting like entitled fools. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being crabby again. What do you guys think? I think it's completely unacceptable behavior, but predictable for liberals. Okay, predictable, because this is how the liberal mindset, the Democrat mindset works. Okay, they don't. You're going to see a conservative behave and prepare and plan like preppers. Okay, preppers are going to be most likely conservatives, not liberals, and we're all going to be sitting here all fine and dandy, and all them entitled mofos are going to be the ones out there creating chaos, acting like fools. So that's what's happening in California right now. Okay, I'm curious, how fast will that state turn red if this kind of stuff continues? All right. The gas per gallon is nearly $5 a gallon. $5. It's like it's in the high fours right now, close to $5. Okay. Watch that state turn red if they don't get their shit, if they don't get their gas, if they can't afford their gas, if they can't, if they don't have their power for a few hours. Okay. Talk about drawing and quartering Gavin Newsom. They're gonna do a public hanging or something. I'm not suggesting that, just so you guys know. I'm just saying, watch it flip when they can't get gas, when they don't have power, and all the illegals are getting all the medical care. Will I have sympathy for them? Maybe the conservatives in the state I'll have sympathy for, but all the liberals that voted for all this, I'm just going to sit back and eat my popcorn and watch it unfold. And then when and then we'll live stream and you guys are going to have like 30 minutes of me laughing, okay? Because I'm from California, born and raised, lived there till I was 30, all right? I grew up in a wealthy area, full of liberals. Also conservatives, but right now it's full of liberals. So they're acting like fools. I really don't have any sympathy for these people. I feel bad for the conservatives that still live in California and have to deal with this stupidity. So anyway, let's move on. So I addressed California. I've got a few articles here. Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren's workers' plan will provide back pay to illegal aliens. I said that. I said illegal aliens. You guys, if I lived in New York, I'd get fined. You guys heard about that, right? In New York, in certain areas of New York, you're not allowed to say illegal alien in a negative way, or they can fine you. Like, I want to go to New York right now and stand on the corner and just scream illegal aliens and see if they'll really do it. Maybe that'll be the next live stream, right? No, I have no desire to go to New York, but this is kind of like swept under the rug. Nobody really talked about this, and I thought this is significant, okay? Senator Elizabeth Warren, a leading 2020 Democrat presidential candidate, is vowing to fight for back pay for illegal aliens. What do you guys think about that? As part of Warren's Empowering American Workers and Raising Wages plan, illegal aliens who have worked illegally in the United States, sometimes by stealing Americans' identities and social security numbers, would become eligible to receive back pay for their previous work by amending the National Labor Relations Act. How do you guys feel about that? Ginger says, oh, hell no. Right? TKO, I see that face right there. Hi, honey. Thank you for being here. Ensuring employers can't exploit undocumented workers and drive down standards for all workers. The 2002 Supreme Court case Hoffman, wait, I don't even know if I want to read that part. Hold on. Okay, we'll skip that. That's boring. Despite her platform of populist economic patriotism, Warren has committed to driving up foreign competition against America's working and middle class in the U.S. labor market by providing amnesty for 11 to 22 million illegal aliens, increasing current legal immigration levels, and decriminalizing illegal immigration. You guys, this is important because what if she is the Democrat nominee? What if? Can you imagine granting amnesty to amnesty to another 10 million and then back paying them? Is she going to pull that money out of her a-hole? Where's that money going to come from? Your pocket. So congratulations, you'll probably have a new tax on your paycheck that says, well, it'll be worded differently, but it'll translate to illegal alien tax that you're going to have to help back pay these people. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Absent from Warren's workers' plan is a mandate and punishment for employers and businesses who hire illegal aliens over American citizens, as well as a reform to the H-1B visa program where Americans are readily replaced by foreign visa workers to increase profit margins for corporations. Warren has not endorsed mandatory E-Verify, a system that prevents businesses from hiring illegal aliens over Americans, though it would decrease foreign competition against Americans, especially those most vulnerable to competing against illegal aliens in the labor market. Okay, this is an article from Breitbart, just so you guys know who I'm referencing with the source. A lot of articles that I share with you guys are from Breitbart. I think it's a fairly reliable, mostly conservative form of news. So yeah, this was posted on October 9th. So if you want to read the full article, just go to Breitbart, search that Elizabeth Warren workers plan and from the 9th, and you'll see that article. All I have to say about that is hail no, just like you said a few minutes ago in the chat room. No, no, I don't think that would win her anything, and she'd be absolutely stupid to move forward with that as part of her platform for 2020, even if she gets the Democrat nominee. I think that she'd hang herself. I guess maybe I should say, be my guest. Just make it easier for Donald Trump. I mean, yeah. So, all right, you guys, let's talk about the Marines. Some gossip. I don't know if it's gossip. Well, I shouldn't say gossip, but some word on the street this week is that Donald Trump activated the Marines, which I thought to myself, why the Marines? Okay. And I even asked somebody who's connected to the military, why the Marines? And she's like, I'm not sure. But this is not just something that popped up in a random article. Okay. This is something that I not only found in an article, Mr. Atomic found in an article. Somebody sent it to me in a different article, all different places. Plus, how do I say this without my video getting flagged? THREE percenters. Maybe if I spell it out. This is something that was going on within them too, because I hear from a lot of different groups. Let's just say. So U.S. Marine Reserve units activated for emergency within the United States. So this is the apparent reason that they were activated, was for an emergency within the United States, which will come with little warning. And it threatens the homeland. Okay. So they're not being specific. Okay. There's speculation, okay, coup speculation, that he's activating them to protect him in the event of a coup. Okay. It was recently in the past week that Rashida Tlaib is on video saying, okay, you can go out and search it and verify it. I don't have a clip on me right now. I should have probably pulled that up for you guys. But she literally says in this like little town hall meeting that probably has like less than 50 people, what do we do? And I'm paraphrasing. How do we do this? How would we arrest, Donald Trump? Would we send DC police? Like, this is unprecedented. How this hasn't been done. How do we go in and get them? Govinda, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. Govinda says, Trump 2020, love from an Indian working in the USA. Thank you so much for watching my channel. So she has a point. How does one go in and arrest Donald Trump? How would that go down? What does that look like? I don't know. And I don't know that anybody really knows the answer to that, unless it's actually going to happen or they're trying to make it happen. And she literally said they've had this discussion recently. Okay. So what are they planning to do? Are the Democrats planning a coup again? That's going to fail again. And did Donald Trump activate these Marines as kind of his protection, because let's think about it. Who's the biggest and the badass out of the multiple branches of military? I mean, they're all badass, but the Marines are probably the Marines in the Army are going to be your biggest badass military people. Okay. They have the strongest divisions. I mean, Navy and Air Force aren't quite so elite, as far as their groups. You've got the Navy SEALs. Army infantry. I mean, right? I mean, all military is valuable, but if you need your strongest military people, it's going to be Marines and Army. So I can see why the Marines would be chosen. But it says threats in the homeland. Okay. That can include a threat to the president. He's on homeland, right? So it says here, breaking news update concerning a directive involving the United States Marine Corps Reserves Unit via Meridmans. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not a military person, you guys. Number 550/19, signed on October 3rd, 2019, authorized by Brigadier General Daniel Shipley, Director, Manpower Plans and Policy. Okay. This new order is summarized as Marines ordered to active duty in support of defense support of civil authorities. Okay. I guess there's some disinformation being circulated about this order, claiming it was canceled, but the canceled order is for 300/14, not 500/19. Okay. So some misinformation was going around the internet saying, oh yeah, they did activate them, but it was canceled. Okay, what was canceled was something different, apparently, is what this is saying. In fact, this new order, 500/19, replaces a lot of previous orders, reestablishing the urgency of the situation and making sure any action to defend the homeland is authorized by orders that are in good standing. Many observers are concerned that with Democrats like Rashida Tlaib openly talking about which prisons to use if we imprisoned President Trump and his cabinet. Okay, this is what I just talked about. She was openly talking about what would they do? How would they arrest him? Where would they put him? Where do you put a president of the United States? Gitmo? I mean, you can't just put him in your county jail, right? So that in order for her to be talking about these things, she has to be, Democrats as a whole have to be talking about this. This has to be an open dialogue, on Capitol Hill somewhere. Okay. So they're talking about imprisoning President Trump and his cabinet. So they're not just discussing what to do about whether or not, how to deal with him, but everybody else as well. And with Hillary Clinton positioning herself to run for president, which I don't think she's going to, I really don't. And with the IG's FISA abuses report set to drop in a few weeks, the deep state Democrats have reached a point of desperation where they may attempt to initiate a hot coup. Kinetic, which it says in parentheses, kinetic engagement, arrest, or execution of the president and his cabinet to avoid going to prison themselves. Just let your mind wander for a minute. All right. Imagine that web. Okay. One of the things that I always tweet to Democrats in response to a lot of their tweets is the only people that care are desperate Democrats. And it is such a true thing. The only person that cares about all this BS that they keep pulling up about Donald Trump are desperate Democrats. Okay. Desperate. Rashida Tlaib, desperate. AOC, desperate. Ilhan Omar, desperate. Okay, that whole squad. Like I see Alyssa Milano pop up on my feed all the time. I see Bette Midler's all the time. People who are desperate like that, those extreme left wing, woohoo, those are the people that are so desperate that they will do anything to try and stop him so they don't get busted for all the BS they pull. Okay, and it's gonna happen. Like, I know people have been talking about Gitmo and FEMA camps, and and people getting arrested and for months now. And I was like, I didn't fall into that whole train. I didn't jump on that bandwagon because I was like, indictments of this person, that matters. Oh, and they're saying, oh, we haven't seen. Remember the beginning of the year, they were saying, oh, we haven't seen Obama in forever, because he's probably being interviewed in Gitmo with all the. Like, there's a lot of conspiracy, right? But for them to be talking about it on Capitol Hill, basically, about what would they do if they needed to arrest him and his whole cabinet and jail him, that's not conspiracy, okay? That you can actually find her on video, Rashida Tlaib, talking about that. It's a real thing, okay? Don't you guys love how Ilhan Omar, before the Minnesota rally, was like, he's coming to Minnesota to spread his hate and blah, 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 and he's going to say this, that, and the other about me and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, bish, he hasn't even landed in the state yet, and look at you spreading your hate. Of course he did do it. He did what she said he was going to do. But still, I was like, really? Really? Like, how does that work? Hashtag hypocrite. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I haven't heard any more information about it. It's been kind of hush hush since I first heard about this. I think it was midweek that I heard this, maybe about Wednesday or Thursday. And I heard it from multiple sources. Okay. So could this be real? Yes. Could he have activated them? Yes. Could it be for national, homeland security? Yes. Could it be for his protection? Yes. It could be all of those things. But yeah. All right. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight was one of the Castros. Julian Castro. You know what this dude did? All right. You guys remember, who was it? Was it Beto? Somebody in the past few months walked over illegals over the border. Was it Beto? I don't know. Somebody tell me. I can't remember. Hey Frank, how's it going? I told everybody about you guys, Freedom News Network. That's Let's Be Frank, just so you guys know. In fact, hold on, let me make you a moderator under this name. Add moderator. Okay, Frank, I think you're a moderator now under Freedom News Network. Test it out. Make sure you see your wrench. Oh, it was Cory Booker. Black Bart says it was Cory Booker that did that. Okay. So Frank, I let everybody know about your 90-day live stream issue, and I told them that they all need to, make sure they're subscribed to your backup channel, and I kind of let them know what happened to you. It was at the beginning of the live stream, like kind of right out the bat. I let everybody know. So obviously, if you're in here as Freedom News Network, I assume that you're still having the problem with the Let's Be Frank channel and your fake copyright strike of you. They copyright striked you. So yes, Kathy just said Castro did it too. Yes, Castro did it too. Okay, so this was October 7th. Okay, I can kind of show you this photo here and watch. You can kind of see he's carrying flowers there. Yeah. So yeah. There's no asylum for anyone. LGBTQ disabled asylum seekers cross border with Julian Castro, but not for long. So presidential candidate Castro on Monday escorted a group of asylum seekers across the border bridge to his native Texas from Mexico, where they had been sent under the Trump administration's Remain in Mexico policy. So they were sent back, and he walked them back over the border. Walking across the bridge with Castro were 8 gay and lesbian asylum seekers from Cuba, Guatemala, and Honduras, as well as a deaf Salvadorian woman and her 3 relatives. All had earlier tried to cross there with a lawyer after being returned to Mexico to await court hearings, and all had been sent back by U.S. Customs officers. Some had already waited 4 months. The asylum seekers said they knew they were taking a risk. They could be returned to Mexico or placed in long-term detention. 10 years in a detention center is better than a day here, said Danny, 22, a lesbian who fled Cuba with her partner and asked, like the others, to be identified by only her first name since her immigration case was pending. Do you hear that? That's for the squad right there. Okay, AOC, Ilhan, Rashida, and whoever the heck the fourth one is. I can't ever remember her damn name. She's insignificant to me. This person says she would rather spend 10 years in a detention center drinking toilet water. I just added that part. Than spending a day on the other side of the border. Okay, so they're okay. She's basically saying, I'm okay with being in a detention center, sleeping on the floor and drinking toilet water and having my juice box and crackers. All right. Right there. K-Truth. Hashtag truth. Where's Snafu? I haven't heard from him lately. I have to go check on him, but hashtag truth, yo. Danny said she decided to join Castro on the bridge to show the U.S. how they're breaking the law here. What? She said remain in Mexico was a trick by Donald Trump. It's not a trick. It's not a trick at all. You're not supposed to be here. Back you go. The U.S. doesn't want any migrants, she said.
Fake news. Listen, you're being rude. You're fake news. You're fake news. Stop being rude. You're fake news.
Okay? That is fake news, okay? Well, there's probably some people that don't want migrants to come in here. There probably is, okay? I'm not saying that doesn't exist. But in general, you're patriots, you're conservatives, people like me, people like Frank, people like AZ Patriots. You want to come here legally? Welcome. Come on in. Do it the right way. You are welcome. But to say we don't want any immigrants, that's fake news. Okay? I love my fake news button. I love it. More than 50,000 asylum seekers have been sent to Mexico to await the outcome of their U.S. immigration court cases since the migrant protection protocols known as stop messaging me known as Remain in Mexico began in January. They initially said vulnerable migrants would be exempted from the program, but scores of LGBTQ, disabled, and pregnant asylum seekers have still been returned to Mexico. Okay, this is just like they shouldn't even classify it. Like they should just all have to wait in Mexico. I'm sorry, because anybody can say, oh, I'm LGBTQ, just so they can get to stay here, okay? Just like all these people are using children. They've been using children as their ticket for months and months and months now, almost a whole year since that very first giant caravan came. They've been using children as their ticket to get in here. So now they can use LGBTQ as their ticket as well, okay? They can lie and say they're disabled. Yes, I can walk. I need a cane and crutches or a wheelchair. You know, anybody can fake a limp. Pregnant women, okay, all they have to do is get knocked up, and what, they have a ticket to come in now, and they don't have to wait in Mexico? No, because then you're going to be having a shit ton more of anchor babies to come in here, people wanting to have their baby in the U.S. just so they can stay here, because I'm pregnant. No. Everybody, it should apply the same to everybody. It's only fair. It's only fair because you've got all these liars. Thank you. The word loopholes. Colt's mom says loopholes. Yes, exactly. Loopholes. We don't need any loopholes. We have enough loopholes. All right. Danny and other LGBTQ asylum seekers said that while they waited in Mexico, they had been threatened and intimidated for being gay. Okay, that's going to happen anywhere else, anywhere, sugar. It's going to happen here. It's going to happen to you in detention. It's going to happen, you know, in the streets of Texas. It's going to happen in some city in Maine. Surprise. Anybody, okay? Anybody, whether you're LGBTQ or not, can be intimidated for anything in this world. Grow some thick skin. Come on now. Pony up. You can do this. So threatened and intimidated. Melissa, a 27-year-old from Honduras, said she was hit in the face by a stranger as she stood talking to friends outside a nearby pharmacy. Okay, what, that can't happen over here? Happens all the time. Maybe not in front of a pharmacy, but people get hit all the time here in this country. Even at the migrant camp by the bridge, people sometimes call them names, says Danny's partner. Again, I'm almost 45. I have tons of people that don't like me. Oh, I don't care. The same people who are living with us discriminate against us, she said. That's going to happen anywhere you go, you idiot. Anywhere you go. Unless you go to like North Sentinel Island, and then they're just going to kill you. So anywhere you go in this world, it's going to happen. I'm sorry. You can't stop it. You have to adapt to it. You have to figure out how to survive it. Otherwise, you're not going to make it in this life. When the group entered the bridge, some of the asylum seekers were crying and nervous. At the bridge's midpoint, U.S. Customs officials stopped them, and they waited briefly for a supervisor who arrived and took them across. It wasn't clear at that point whether they would be returned to Mexico again, but some were relieved to at least have a chance to speak with officials. I don't ever want to go back, says Melissa. So they're relieved to talk to officials. So, you just got to cut the line and skip through again in front of thousands and thousands of people that have been already working on this for months or years. And guess what? You're an a-hole if you do that. Okay. This isn't, Mexico is not North Korea. Okay. It's not North Korea. Okay. I could understand that from somebody trying to escape North Korea. Don't understand it from Mexico or any of the southern countries. Okay. It's not the same. Yeah, it sucks, but it's not the same. Okay. In addition to the abuse that members of the LGBTQ community said they faced while waiting for their cases to be heard, other dangers faced those trapped in border towns under Remain in Mexico. Asylum seekers who were returned under the policy reported 340 violent attacks last month, including rape, kidnapping, and torture, according to a report by a nonprofit human rights group. That's up from 110 such crimes reported in August. Late last month, the Department of Homeland Security set up courts in large white tents next to the border bridges to, is it pronounced Matamoros? I'm not sure. And Nuevo Laredo to hear Remain in Mexico cases. This is what we should have been doing a long time ago. Okay, these tents, I've talked about the tents before. We should have had these months ago. The department barred public access and has required migrants to show up before dawn for hearings. Some migrants said they were kidnapped while traveling in the dark to court last month. Others have left Mexico before their court hearings, returning home or on free flights and buses back home south, provided by the Mexican government and the United Nations organizations. Castro's brother, Joaquin Castro, who heads the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, plans to lead the group on a visit to the Laredo tent court Tuesday. Okay, I haven't seen an article on how that turned out. In addition to the asylum seekers who have been returned to Mexico to await their hearings, more than 26,000 are on waiting lists to enter the U.S. border crossings and claim asylum, according to Human Rights Watch groups. Many on the list are from Central America, but in recent weeks, large groups have been arriving from rural areas of Mexico's interior, fleeing increasing drug cartel violence. And this can go on. This goes on and on and When does this stop? When does this stop? It hasn't let up, okay? Though you don't visibly see a lot of the migrants crossing in some areas like Yuma, okay? They are crossing in other areas. It's still happening. every single day, and the numbers get more and more and more and more. And guess what? Nobody's talking about it still. Like when they shut down my channel back in spring for a day, and I got it got reactivated, and because I won the appeal, and I said my channel's been shadow banned. Like, I'm serious, it's been shadow banned. Okay, traffic doesn't just go boop overnight on a subject like the border crisis. It just doesn't. Okay, so I've always said there's no way that people suddenly stopped watching my channel. There's no way. Okay, what happened is censorship and the fact that the mainstream media is still not covering this anymore. Okay, how often, okay, let me know, how often do you guys see something in the news, and whether it be online or in your nightly news that you're watching on TV? When do you guys see actual footage of people crossing the border, like recent footage that's happened in the last few weeks? Anybody? Bueller? Doesn't happen. You don't, because it's not the hot topic. Okay, because the hot topic right now is impeachment. Okay, they bitch and complain about the border. The Democrats bitched and complained about toilet water and the conditions of detention centers, concentration camps. Did they do anything about it? No. Didn't I tell you they weren't going to do anything about it? I told you they weren't going to do anything about it. All they want to do is bitch and complain and try and make Trump look bad. They really don't care. They don't care about immigrants. They don't care about minorities. Okay, Candace Owens called it. She called it right. They don't care about black people. They only care about black people when elections come around. Okay, they only care about immigrants because an election is coming. Are you kidding me? They don't give a shit about them. If you actually are sitting on my channel watching this and you really think that Democrats care about immigrants, I'm sorry, but you've got to be one of the stupidest people in existence. And their actions show it. Okay? Every week they bitch about something new. All right? Right now it's Trump's hateful speech at rallies. Tomorrow it's going to be something else, but they never do anything about it. You're not going to see anything about it. And then they sit and complain about, Mitch not doing anything, not allowing votes. Well, guess what? He's not going to allow a vote for shitty policy. Come up with something good. See, but they can't. They can't come up with anything good because they have nothing. The Democrats have nothing. They have no cards to play other than Trump. Okay? That's all they have. That's it. Okay? I own my little Trump dolls. So I just have to show them off sometimes. That's it. They have nothing. They're desperate. And you guys, if you don't watch some of these people on Twitter and you have a Twitter account, okay, go follow them. It's not going to be something bad to follow them on Twitter. Go follow AOC, go follow Rashida, go follow Ilhan, and watch the bullshit they spew. I said spew. I don't like that word. The bullshit they spew, and it's hypocrisy. It's absolute hypocrisy. They say Donald Trump is this, that, and the other, and they are literally doing the exact same thing. It's disgusting. They are disgusting. And I'm not saying us conservatives are perfect. We can be disgusting too, but they don't care about you. Okay, they don't. So that's my thoughts for tonight. That's really all I had for you guys. I had so many articles this week that I was like, oh my God, if I live streamed, I would have had to have live streamed every night for 2 hours. And I don't know if you guys can handle that. So I didn't. So you guys make sure you're subscribed to True Conservative Minutes. True Conservative Minutes Backup is here. Make sure you are subscribed to Let's Be Frank. Make sure you're subscribed to Frank's backup channel, Freedom Network or Freedom News Network. Sorry, I think I want to reverse that sometimes. You guys, because censorship is real. It's a real thing. Okay. Hope you guys all enjoyed that. When am I going to live stream again? Probably, I like Tuesdays. I don't know, probably like Tuesday-ish. I'm off on Tuesday. I don't work. So I don't know, maybe I need to line up like an interview for you guys. Maybe I need to interview somebody. Because I haven't done that in a while. The last person I interviewed was Sam, who is running up against Veronica Escobar. So I think that was the last person I interviewed. Yeah. So I think maybe I need to find somebody to interview for you guys, right? It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. So I'm gonna talk to Frank too about his streaming platform that he's using. I know I wrote it down somewhere here. I actually need to get off my lazy arse and download that program because I love the fact that he's had like videos and people on his shows lately. I like absolutely love that. So great job with that, Frank. I've really enjoyed watching those live streams. It's time for me to upgrade a little, and I really just need to find the time to do it. Unfortunately, as I go into the holidays working in retail and doing what I do in retail, which I know you guys really don't know what I do because I don't really talk about it. I'm gonna have to find some time out of thin air. I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. So anyway, I can sit and blab forever, so I'm gonna let you guys go. It's Saturday night. You guys probably have something to do, and I haven't even eaten dinner yet. It's like 9:30 here, so I need to eat something, and then I need to get up and do this whole rat race again tomorrow. So I hope you guys all have a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed this information that I shared with you today. And until the next live stream, peace out. Oh yeah, wait, don't go anywhere. I forgot. Watch out for that video. I'm going to upload that video of the fires in California that Jen from AC Patriots got. Sorry, I almost forgot to tell you about that. And hit the like button. Hit the like button. Do it right now.